always been told that swimming is a wimp sport, but I don't see it. We don't get timeouts. In the middle of a race, we can't stop and catch our breath. We can't roll on our stomachs and lie there, and we can't ask for a substitution. Dusty Hicks. Swimming is a very complex activity, very time-consuming for the athlete themselves and for the family. Since I have been swimming for almost 13 years, I've had a fair share of my swim meets and many practices. I've gone to several meets that have lasted 2 days and some that have lasted 3 days. Those are the rough ones. I've also had my fair share of swimming in meets and sitting on the side coaching. Although practices are just for the swimmers, swim meets themselves are for the family and swimmer. Swim meets are long, grueling days, and not everyone knows how swim meets go, for the swimmers or for the fans. So before we get started in understanding how swim meets go for swimmers and for the fans, there's something you must do. Make sure you clear your schedule. Swim meets are long, full-day events that require a lot of swimming, screaming, and sitting. Make sure to pack a snack and something to keep yourself occupied. Some of you may be wondering what a swim meet actually is and how it goes. So what is a swim meet? For swimmers, it consists of early mornings, cold water, long days, and tight suits that are so uncomfortable they dig into your skin, swim caps that squeeze your head, and goggles that leave goggle marks. For the fans, it also requires early mornings. Some parents have to actually get their swimmers to the meet themselves, or get them to the bus so the bus can get them there on time. Uncomfortable seating, lots of yelling that they do themselves or hear around them, and lots of complaining from themselves and from their swimmers. So how do swim meets go? First swim meet, for a swimmer, it starts with their warm-ups where they jump into cold water and swim until they are all warmed up. They check out the roster so they know they're swimming and memorize their events. For me, I like to go behind the blocks about 5 events before I actually swim so I know I'm there and I'm not going to miss my race. And then you have to patiently wait for your events to come after your next one. For fans, they also have to wait patiently for the swimmers to swim. They have to try to understand the announcer, who seems not to be able to pronounce anyone's names right. And they also have to pay attention to the programs and events, order events. During the meet, for swimmers, they're in lots of pains. They have tight suits, they've been swimming their hearts out, and their muscles are sore. The swim caps are tight, goggles are tight, and it's very painful. They're struggling to stay warm. They're constantly going from pool to camp and pool to camp. They're just ready to go home. And once they're done and ready to go home, they have to fight for space in the locker rooms because at a swim meet there are lots and lots of swimmers. For fans, they have headaches. They have headaches from hearing the yelling around them, from yelling themselves. Along with the yelling that they do themselves, they're going to have a sore throat. And sadly, you're probably going to have a sore bottom from the uncomfortable bleacher seats that you've sat in all day. So in conclusion, a swim meet is a sporting event that lasts the majority of one's day and requires a clear schedule in order to enjoy such a wonderful event. Swimmers themselves are just asking for their bed and food, and the parents and family are just asking for a comfortable seat and to be home. So don't let meets confuse you now. When I say they are long day events, I really mean it. They turn into 1-day meets, sometimes go to 2 or 3 days.